Welcome to Troopy in Africa. It's been a year since we received our 2021 Landcruiser Troopy 1HZ, and I've had a number of queries on Insta, and I thought just make a little video and let you guys know how we arrived at this beautiful piece of machinery. We've all been through it. Internet searches during lockdown, dreaming and wondering what. And part of my dream has always been a live-in van. I'm part of that generation that grew up with the A-Team, and they had such a cool van with all the kit in the back. So as I trawled through the internet looking at van lifers and the Mercedes Sprinter in particular during lockdown, at the end of February 2021 I came across an article that said that the Landcruiser Troopy 1HZ was going to be reintroduced into South Africa at the end of February 2021. They hadn't been sold for a number of years in South Africa and are like hen's teeth and extremely expensive second-hand. So I went down to my local dealer to inquire if the Troopy was in fact going to be sold. When I arrived, they said yes. They in fact had two on order for their dealership and that I could sign up for one. So I promptly signed up for one. End of March, I signed the paperwork. And then we went into COVID lockdown wait. Now, those of you around the world that love your 1HZ or your Troopy V8, you'll know that the lead times are insane. And I saw an article this month that said they are now on hold, literally on hold until 2024. And so the 1HZ that we have, the 4.2 1HZ, is made in Portugal and exported to South Africa. And so I was on a waiting list, and we waited and we waited. I was assured that the car would arrive in end of June, beginning of July, which wasn't too much of a wait. So I went into the process, as one does, of selling your current overlanding vehicle, and we ended up waiting until August to take delivery, August 23rd to be precise. So just a bit of background. We as a family have been overlanding in our Toyota Fortuner for more than 10 years, and this was just a natural progression for us. We've been all over Southern Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, all over. And as a family, we've loved overlanding. And looking towards the future, I felt that it was time to secure something that was a combination of an overland 4x4 and a live-in style thing. I initially looked at the 4x4 Sprinter, and there's some amazing Sprinters out there that you can purchase, but one, the sheer cost, and then two, the uncertainty around the abilities of doing 4x4. We've done some hectic 4x4 trails in the north of Namibia, and I needed a vehicle that would cope with that sort of rough and tough going. And so the Troopy was just a natural progression. As soon as it arrived, my agent that was dealing with me knew how excited I was, so he actually sent me a WhatsApp to say that it was arriving at a particular place. Just been called by Toyota Takai to tell me that the Troopy is being offloaded as we speak. So they've given me the location of its yard, and I'm headed over there to see it. When I got there, I was so stoked to see the Troopy in real life. The only thing that the dealership provided was the tinting on the back windows. Other than that, they didn't do any additional work to it. And my wife has now given instructions that I may not collect the Troopy unless I get a haircut. Here we go. Right. So this is Juno. Juno's going to be sorting me out. Do you have a special Landcruiser Troopy haircut? So there we have it, all ready to receive the Landcruiser. 5 months of waiting, and we're just arriving at Toyota to hopefully take delivery. Oh, listen to that. And here we go. So the first mod that was done was to get rid of the skinnies. I contacted Best Drive in Pardon Island, who had a great deal, and I got to say a shout out to Simon from Rollboss and Roland from My Life in Africa, the 2 South African overland YouTubers who were very open and helpful on Insta in the build of this vehicle. So yeah, our first thing was to get rid of the skinnies, and Best Drive gave us a nice deal. They offered to buy the skinnies off of us and then provide us with new Grabbler X3 tyres with new rims at a very reasonable price. So it's day 1 of owning the Troopy, and I'm headed to Best Drive to get new tyres. Decided not to keep the split rims, 7.1, 16, 8.5s, and I'm not going to keep the Yokohama tyres that come with it. So it's waiting to get its tyres done, and it was just turned into an ambulance.
And in the construction of this tyre, you'll see that the crown is very rounded.
Yeah.
Where on this one it's very flat.
Flat, which is what you want.
This gives the appearance of also the tyre being a lot taller.
Yeah. Whereas this you need that more contact.
So the contact area when you're driving on top is actually very small on this tyre.
Much more dangerous. Coming over here, this is the rim we've selected. So this is the A-line, what is it, steel rim?
A-line steel rim, press steel.
Press steel, and
one-piece rim, semi-drop center, as opposed to the flat base rims we've got on the vehicle.
And the nice thing about these tires is there are the steel ones, as opposed to the alloy, are rated higher in terms of carrying weight.
The load carrying capacity is higher. They're obviously easier to fix if you do break or bend one in the bush.
You can always come back and have it repaired.
You can take a hammer and whack it straight.
Yeah.
It's just a more robust.
So this one that I've selected here, or we've selected together, is rated to 1,400 kilograms, 1,400
kilo,
which is exactly what the front of the Troopy is rated at. Maximum is 1,400. And at the same time, the tire that we selected over here, that's also rated to 1,400.
Actually all on the sidewall as well.
Yeah, so you're saying it's actually
got
max is
maximum load 1,400 kilograms.
Yeah.
At 5.5 bar. 400 kilograms that we spoke about is at 5.5 bar.
So if you deflate, you lose
some of that
kilograms.
Yeah.
So next was the sound system. So because I'm old school, I chose the Sony One Nav with a CD player, because I'm of that generation. I still own loads of CDs and want to be able to use them in my Troopy. So we got the CD player and the sound deadening done, and the very next day we went on our very first excursion, the snow in Cedarburg. It had been snowing, it was winter, and it was just a white winter wonderland, and the Troopy looked amazing in that. Just played around in the snow, played around with photographs, and yeah, started my Instagram journey. I think the big stuff was to come, you know, the roof conversion and all of that sort of thing, and I'll leave that for another video. I just wanted to introduce myself, Tim, the Troopy, and yeah, we look forward to many adventures. So if you like this and like our Instagram, please, you know, join, subscribe, and let us know what you think in the comments below.